If all you're doing is going around and copying other people's settings, then go right ahead, I won't stop you. But this video is for people who struggle to find settings for themselves, and then also for people who struggle with, I promise you it'll help you improve so much more if you actually learn how to adjust settings for yourself instead of just copying people's off of YouTube. That said, first of all, it is okay for you to copy someone else's settings to see if they work for you. For me personally, I copied another YouTuber's settings when I first started years ago, and they worked pretty well for me back then. These are those settings that I tried. The thing is, I was always just average at best using those settings, no matter how much I played her, and I couldn't figure out why for the longest time. Then when I started looking at VODs, I realized that my playstyle was super aggressive, but the settings I had weren't fast enough for me. That's because on console, in close range, you need to be able to flick fast and consistently, and the settings were just too slow for that. But since I was speeding things up, I had to adjust my aim assist to match it. At this point, I was swapping between a 40 and 60 aim assist window. Here's how I knew when to switch between them. If my flicks felt like they were going too far, then I would increase my window so that aim assist would slow me down more and I could hit the flicks. But if my flicks were stopping too early, then I would reduce the window so that there would be less aim assist and that I can make it to their heads myself. And that's what leads me into how to be more consistent with Widow. Basically, if you have a game where you do really well as Widow, then save that replay. That way, when you have a game where you're missing everything, you can compare the two replays to see what you were doing different. For me, I noticed that in games I did bad in, I was trying to flick way too much and not track as much as I did in games that I popped off in. Seeing that for myself helped me become so much more consistent since I was so aware of what to do to hit more shots. And that's basically it. Adjust your settings to your own playstyle and use your VODs to help you find them and be more consistent with them. But yeah, that's all for today. See you guys really soon.